So the problem with Space Jam 2, nobody's just hardcore fucking all the time, which doesn't make sense for the whole Warner Brothers established meta internet verse that they have now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think my problem was that they had the opportunity to use Billy Jack, but they didn't. And there's an obvious reason for this. Billy Jack would have solved it all with a barefoot kick to the face.
I had to Google what Billy Jack is. Or who Billy Jack is.
That's fair. That's fine.
Jen.
He is against hippies, or no, he's for hippies and against the Vietnam War and racism.
Welcome to RPG Pals Club, Jen. Hope you survive the experience.
I reject the Moe transformation of Lola Bunny.
Roll the music. Of Billy Jack filmed in New Mexico.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Luke, your game master.
Hi.
And,
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Hello, Luke.
Hello, Sahoni. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Sahoni. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Dodger Kelly, a wolf boy of sorts, who is also a cleric of sorts, who also uses he, him. And, I last time I was given a gun and told to go mug Dracula.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering which sort of Dracula we're getting. Are we getting like a sexy Dracula? Are we getting a brooding Dracula? Are we gonna get like a Dracula made out of spiders or like a puppet?
You know, we will see.
I hope it's the puppet.
And Jen?
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Jen. I'm the guest. I'll be playing Belle Oleander Leitner Aberbach, who's very normal.
I'm not much of a beer person, but that's a Pilsner I can get behind.
From the great Aberbach brewing fortune.
Yes.
Cast out for being pink. They are a Hexblood rogue who's very haunted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I have found everything I can throw at the wall.
Welcome aboard. All right. So we cut to the Mists of Ravenloft, where we see Dodger walking through, and you're making progress when all of a sudden you find a box at your feet with a note that reads, "To Dodger Kelly," on a tag attached to it. And it seems to be made of this beautiful wood with intricate carvings of scrolls just being unfurled on the sides of it.
I think he's going to like touch it with his foot first, and then open it.
Oh, are you going to read the note first?
Yes. Yes, of course.
All right. Sending that to you in the Discord.
Okay. Do you want me to read this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. To Dodger Kelly of the Kelly clan. And then we have some Chinese symbols that neither I or Dodger are proficient in. Sent on behalf of the exalted judge of the dead within the celestial bureaucracy, the chief judge of the 10 law courts of the afterworld, king of the 18 halls, the almighty eminence, Yinwang Ye, for debts owed to the Kelly clan, tied to contracts established. Dodger's gonna look really confused at this. Because this is the first time he's really encountered any mention of the Kelly clan, of his family at all. I'm curious because this is tied to the real Chinese celestial bureaucracy.
Oh yeah, no, that's an established.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a real thing. He is going to open it
Mhm.
and stuff that card in his pocket because he doesn't. This is the first lead he's had since he was born. So
Big drama, big drama.
yeah. Okay, what's in the box?
So inside is this long blade made out of ebony. It is a Dao-style longsword.
Okay, so kind of like is it slightly curved blade, very thick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it got the big ribbon at the end.
Yeah, it's got this orange looping ribbon wrapped around it, and it's a very good chopping blade.
Okay. Wow. Dodger is going to pick that sword up. He's never wielded a sword before.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a new experience for him, but I think he's very happy to have something, especially considering he's been armed with a used shovel this whole time.
Yeah, now he gets a gun and a sword.
Yes.
I would also comment that the box itself is a beautiful piece of art that's probably worth some money by itself, but if you can find the right collector.
Well, he'll definitely take the box. It's probably, especially if it's got like some straps or something he can carry it with.
It does not. It's a box that mysteriously landed in front of you, and that is when you kind of get confused about how you got here again. And as you try and remember, can you roll me a wisdom save?
Sure, I can roll a wisdom save. That's something I'm supposedly good at. I should also, now that I'm noted here, take off my shape-shifting since I don't think I have... Well, I have some bad news.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled my first nat 1.
You don't really remember why you're here. No, actually, you remember. You made a deal with the Xanathar, the big old beholder, and you need to get Strahd's hand, or the hand of Strahd, and that's why you got here. You don't quite remember giving up the Stone of Galore, but you no longer have that on you, and you kind of just pause for a moment and are thinking, and that is when we cut over to our second character. So, do you want to give a description of your character, since vibes and aesthetics?
They are a very tall skeletal, like lanky, long, limp gray hair. Mm-hmm. Kind of phosphorescent pink skin. Mm-hmm. Just like their clothes were nice once a very long time ago. Mm-hmm. And since then, they have been through a lot of smells.
Fair. And you're currently here on your own way to sort of look into this whole Strahd situation as a monster hunter, and you were able to navigate your way into Barovia. And roll me a perception check.
9.
So you see a figure in front of you that looks to be maybe a really weird and sickly looking werewolf looking at this giant black blade.
I would like to attack it.
Oh.
All right. How are you going to attack?
I think I will launch at him with my sickle. Mm-hmm. Seems right.
Yeah. You do notice that your sickle is not going off right now. Your magical sickle of warning.
Okay, then I would like to hold the sickle to his neck when I attack him.
Yeah, then roll me a stealth check to get over there quietly.
I regret to say that's a 7.
A 7?
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a perception check, Dodger.
Hey, my passive perception's 19.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no, you see Belle.
Okay.
You see this fluorescent pink figure with like a sickle starting to just quietly walk towards you, and they just stick out like a sore thumb.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna try to block it with the black blade that I got.
Fair enough. Are you going to say anything?
I'm just. I think I'm gonna say. At least let me land and get oriented first before I'm attacked. Jeez.
Yep. So, Jin, what do? Are you still going in for the attack?
Werewolf?
No, I get that one a lot. I'm not quite sure. Maybe. It's complicated. I think maybe my family was, but it's a whole big thing. Hi. How about we just start with names?
That would be good. And Oleander like bashfully puts up the sickle. I'm very. I have not eaten in several days, and my apologies.
Well, it's okay. I'm gonna. I think I still have some. Do I have any food or anything that I took with me? Like, especially since I was going on a big trip?
So you do have, like, rations on you.
Yeah, I do have 1 day of rations.
Uh-huh.
How about I use that? I'll offer my 1 day of rations. I'm gonna, like, dig in my bag and say, I need to make room anyways. Hey, how about you eat this? I can figure out food another way. Something tells me I'm going to be pretty okay with that. I'm Dodger, by the way.
I'm Oleander. The dryness makes it.
Sorry.
My last 3 meals were like wolf. Not. I mean like wolf. Not. Sorry. Wrong foot again.
Yeah. He looks vaguely uncomfortable at the idea of eating a wolf. Well, if I find something again, I'm sure I can make something out of it. I've worked in the back of enough inns to know my way around a kitchen.
How? You're so happy. How are you here?
I wouldn't say I'm happy. I came here to look for something. Where is here, by the way?
Here is the magnificent kingdom of Barovia, circle of some kind of hell, vampire country.
I think like Dodger's face goes through like multiple stages. It's very much like a one of the stages is very much Jack Skellington when he finds the Christmas land. Then it is it transitions to, all right, yeah, I'm looking for something. Then it goes to vampires, and there's a very distinct dislike of the undead there.
You're one of the new ones.
New ones?
I wonder why he brought you here.
I'm sorry, I'm still kind of disoriented. Who brought me here? Who's the new ones?
People come in. They go out, the way that most do. I haven't given so much thought about how to leave myself.
Right.
Having too much fun. There's a terrible village nearby if you want to.
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing. I'm mostly looking for information and a place to go at this point. Hey, you wouldn't happen to know a guy named Strahd, would you?
He's who brought you, I'm sure.
Huh. I don't like that.
This is his playground.
And I really don't like the sound of that.
And as you've been having this conversation, the mists that you were walking through have sort of dissipated, and you're in this large pine forest where the floor is covered with dead needles and small ferns and shrubs that have grown up around. And both of you, Dodger, you notice another figure, a hulking figure moving towards the two of you.
What do they smell like?
They smell like you, except angrier.
Would I know what this is?
Roll me a Arcana check.
That's something I'm not good at. Let's see what the dice say. 10 total.
It looks to be some sort of man-wolf.
Uh,
Watch out, his father might slander you in the newspaper.
I know. all because I'm not a good, cool astronaut just like him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair. This is like the second time Dodger's not been in a city.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he feels a bit in over his head, but is trying to play it cool. I think like he's I might try to use animal handling. I think he wants to like read this animal, try to give it a wide berth here.
Oleander, your sickle is glowing.
Now, how do you feel about werewolf, though?
I can't say I've ever met one.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Where I'm from, they're not exactly common.
Oh, they're all over the place here, really. I would love to throw a dagger at the werewolf.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
It's a 17.
That is going to hit.
And 3 damage.
It doesn't seem to affect the werewolf. I assume the dagger is not silver.
No, I didn't think to do that. Silver all my weapons. When I was building this character.
All right. Well, I will need initiative from everybody.
All right.
How does one silver a weapon?
14.
I'm finding the button. There it is. 13.
And you have advantage on that, so you get to roll twice and take the higher.
13.
All right. So, Dodger, you're up first.
All right. Well, seeing that this is turning into a fight, he's going to go ahead and I think he's going to cast Guiding Bolt on this thing, and to see if that can light it up and he can get a better look at it, if nothing else.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
All right. Does an 18 hit?
Yes, an 18 hits.
All right. Well, they're going to be taking 46 damage, radiant damage here. So big money. That's very big money. I like this money. That is 21.
Dang.
Yeah. So Dodger at this box with the sword under one arm whistles and says, "Lend me your power." And he like steps back, gloved hand with the fingers kind of glowing, and he points it like he's doing finger guns and goes, "Light it up." And like this big burst of kind of holy light streaks out from his finger in like a gun or a sort of motion.
And so it hits the werewolf that is charging. There's just this glowing bullet of energy radiating him up. Oleander, it is your turn.
And that attack will have advantage.
Yes.
It's a werewolf. That means it's a person, right? Oh, I don't like this.
Okay. Noting that they did sell all the silver off their weapons. Oleander is going to whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of my choice within range can hear.
All right, so it gets to make a wisdom save. Oh, almost got a nat 1 on there. It saves, so it is only going to be taking
half damage and doesn't have to move away.
Yep. So
let's see. 4.
So 4 is the total halved?
No, 2.
Oh, no.
We're doing great.
That's the monster hunter. So the werewolf lets out a loud howl and then runs up to Dodger, the one who did more damage to it, and is going to make 2 attacks. Oh, no. One of those is a nat 20. The other is a 2. So the bite misses you, but the claws strike at you. You take 12 damage from the claws.
I think because I imagine we're coming back around.
Back up to the top.
Yep. I want to, I think just instinctually, he's going to shift at this. And he's going to get bigger and hairier and more lupine, just basic. So black fur instead of just being kind of like tufts on his arm, a little bit on the bridge of his nose and those ears in his tail. He can just go over his whole body. He's going to turn into a big, bulky anthro wolf that's fills out his clothes a little bit more.
Comparable in size.
Yes, comparable in size. He might be a bit small. Who knows? But I imagine that is going. He's just doing that instinctually as a bonus action and yelling back after being clawed. And I think he's going to take out that big long sword that he got from the box, and he's going to take a swing at this thing.
All right.
Get off! He takes a big swing. Ooh. I'm guessing a 21 hits.
Yes, a 21 definitely hits.
And I'm going to roll a d10. 9 damage.
All right. So you come and just sort of chop down into this wolf man.
With my new sword.
Yeah. And it seems to take a big chunk out of him. Wolfman does not seem to like the way that this is going. Oleander, it is your turn.
While I'm doing this, I'm like, if you just calm down, we'll figure this out. Stop it. So you have a werewolf who's trying to reason with another werewolf, I guess.
That's just wolves.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can get flanking?
Yeah.
Thing? I would love to get to a flanking position before bothering.
You can get that sneak attack?
Yes, please. Because, we stripped all the silver. And it's a problem.
It's when you're hungry, it's understandable. Don't worry.
So I'd love to go for him with my rapier and with my sickle.
Hell yeah.
I will go with the rapier first for the sneak attack. Oh, wait. If it's flanked, does that mean I get sneak attack for both of them? Or advantage for both?
I believe you only have one attack per turn.
Don't I have 2 weapon thing? Or is that a higher level?
New character, fun times.
So that's 14 to hit.
That hits.
And then it's damage plus 1d6, right?
It is damage plus 3d6.
Okay, let's see. 7 plus 6 is 13.
All right. You only got 6 out of the 3d6?
Yes. I'm doing great.
You are just this very hungry fluorescent person.
I cannot tell you how deep the bags under their eyes.
I think it's perfectly understandable. If it's been that long since you've ate.
Yeah. So you go behind the werewolf and stab them, but you just don't have the energy to make it really hurt. And it is the werewolf's turn, and the werewolf is going to just howl loudly and is then going to try and make a break for it while y'all are hungry. Wolfman is also very hungry, and so it is going to try and get the heck out of here. It does not do a good job, so both of you get a attack of opportunity as it's trying to run away.
Ooh, trying to think if Dodger would take that. I as a player, I know I should, but Dodger, I don't think he would.
Fair.
Does that have advantage?
No, it's just a single roll.
Okay. I got a 7 to hit, so.
That is a miss.
I try.
Yeah.
No, wait, stop.
So you try and stab and just the consumption. And Dodger, you're letting it run away, and so it starts to go off into the woods, and you're hearing more howls that are coming closer to y'all.
Oh,
I think we should move.
yes, I agree.
And so as you head into the wood, you spy a campfire through the trees and a caravan, and there are people there. And as you come closer, you hear the wolf howls stop.
Does that happen often here?
Oh, constantly.
Exhausting.
Yes.
I'm no stranger to trouble, even if I am to werewolves.
Well, you'll fit right in.
I say, as a big werewolf, essentially.
You might want to become the small, fluffy one.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And then he stops and holds his breath for a bit and tries to force it, and it takes a minute because he's still really not used to doing this yet, but he ends it early. That's a free action for me, a bonus action. And he becomes smaller, and he puts up his hood and says, something tells me people want to see the more wolfy parts.
And as you've, like, gotten closer, there's people who are just, like, having a good time here at this camp that is being set up. You smell, like, tasty food, there's music in the air, and how do you want to approach them?
Just, like, villagey people?
These seem to be Vishtani.
I'm going to use disguise self to look less pink and haggard.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, like Oleander turns into a weird ethereal looking, like more attractive but old and tired person.
So, what's up with you? Sorry, that sounded rude. There's not a lot of I'm kind of new to these parts, and I don't really have a full grasp of what's going on.
Yeah.
Are these people we can trust?
They're neutral.
Oh, well, I'd rather have them on my side then.
They're maybe less predictable than the villagers, but less quickly hostile.
Then I'll take it. I think Dodger is going to kind of move forward very cautiously, hood up, kind of trying to hide as much as he can with of the more lupine telling parts of being a shifter.
Mm-hmm.
Oleander will stroll ahead as if they live here. And they're going to meet old friends.
Yeah, there's a very burly looking man in like a white shirt with a vest, and he looks and says, "Greetings, strangers! Welcome to the camp for the night. Would you need a place to stay and a meal in your bellies?"
I think we could both use one of those at least.
Taking the words right out of my mouth.
Well, we are happy to welcome all people who travel here.
Thanks. I don't want to come in here and not offer anything in return. Do you have... I'm pretty okay as a doctor. Do you have anyone who's hurt?
We have our own ways of dealing with injuries, but we appreciate the offer.
Well, of course. I'm just trying my best to be friendly.
I understand. Do you come seeking anything in the night?
Well, do you know of something called the Hand of Strahd? Did I say something?
Strahd is the lord of these lands, and those who are stuck here. So he has two hands.
Are these metaphorical or literal hands? I find that tends to be an important question.
What is a metaphor?
Okay, then we're probably working with the literal here. It's like saying something is like another thing for the sake of comparison. You know, are you...
Like when I am told I am hung like horse.
Uh-huh?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I think Dodger is going to look very flustered at that, and then look at his feet.
Well, come, sit around campfire. We have stew, we have songs, and if you are looking for something, Madam Eva can help you out.
Oh, yes. I would love, maybe some directions.
Do we like, cut over to Oleander, who's already, like, downing a big bowl of stew?
Oh, absolutely. You beat me to it, Luke. Oleander is talking their way into some wine.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the wine is generously offered here.
Dodger is trying his best to be very serious and business forward, which it's probably very cute because he's got his business eyebrows on, very furrowed, very concerned.
Okay, update. Oleander is trying to get the lad drunk.
We like do a montage, and like eventually the entire party is just trying and chanting for Dodger to drink some wine.
All right, just a bit.
He's never had it before, everyone. Be kind.
I think Dodger's probably done some underage drinking.
Oh yeah.
I think he just chooses not to.
But now you're being peer pressured.
But now there's peer pressure. Oh boy. And before after school specials?
He's promised to a holy order. They don't allow him, except for rituals.
No, he just kind of talked to me in my sleep. I almost died once.
Everyone's actually born with the fur. It just falls out when you begin to drink. And
oh, yeah.
He's trying to keep it.
It's genetic. It's a family thing.
And so eventually things just sort of calm down a bit.
Huh.
That is when a voice calls for the two of you. Dodger, Oleander, come. We have things to discuss.
Right.
Do I recognize this voice?
You do not.
I very much will not then. But I've got nothing better to do.
So the pair of you wander towards the caravan, and like the door of it opens. So the two of you wander towards the wagon, and the door in the back of it opens, and inside is this very old-looking woman. Like, picture your stereotypical fortune teller.
Mm-hmm.
And she is shuffling a deck of cards.
Yeah.
Oh, just a speaker. Okay, that's... Thought it was.
She's got like the big Shaw like off of a Fleetwood Mac record.
Mm-hmm.
And everything. Okay.
Thought you were one of my old friends. So nice to meet a new friend instead.
Well, I am not very new at my age. That is a joke.
Yeah. Sorry. It's been a long day.
Yes.
I just like feeling young around others. It doesn't happen often.
I am here to read you your fates, if you are prepared.
Please. I only know a little bit of how to. I have a dowsing pendulum. It can only tell me yes or no stuff right now. I'm still kind of new.
I deal with the Taroka deck. Have a seat.
Okay.
And I shall see your fate.
Dodger's gonna sit down, and he's doing his best, like, to juggle the act of not showing that he has a tail while also not sitting in a way that's uncomfortable to have a tail with, which is an act.
So she has 5 cards that she lays out in a cross formation, and she flips over the first one, the Anarchist. And on the card is a man in front of a storm. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. I see a wall of bones, the chandelier of bones, and a table of bones, all that remain of enemies long forgotten.
That's a lot of bones.
She turns over the second card, the Enchanter. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. There is a woman kneeling, a rose of great beauty plucked too soon. The master of the marsh knows of whom I speak. She looks at the two.
Does the master of the marsh ring any bells?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Does it ring any bells for me? I doubt it, but I want to ask.
It does not.
Okay.
I check my fingernails.
Koyos. No.
She then flips over the...
Sorry.
Oh, no, what do you want to say?
I think Dodger's like furrowing his brow at that, and I think he's drawing connections from point A to point B. He's like, okay, I'm probably going to have to deal with a dead person at some point. I can talk to Ghost. Ghost and me are pretty cool.
You then see her flip over the third card. It is a man with a sword facing 4 other enemies, also bearing swords but cloaked in shadow. The Myrmidian. This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance. A sword of sunlight. Look for a den of wolves in the hills overlooking a mountain lake. The treasure belongs to Mother Night.
Dodger's 2 points under Dodger's hood stand up at that one.
She then picks up the fourth card, and you see it marked as the Horseman, which seems to be death riding with a sickle. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. And as she goes to read it more, two things happen at the same moment. First, you hear something that is hard to describe. It's some sort of sound. Maybe Dodger picks up on it more.
Mm-hmm.
This high-pitched drilling noise that just sends a nasty shiver down your spine. And it starts to intensify as you hear what almost sounds like steel girders being ripped apart.
What the hell is that?
Off in the distance. And as you say, what the hell is that? The card she was reading, the last card, catch fire suddenly.
I mean, I'm still new to fortune telling, but that's not a good sign.
And that is where we'll end this week on RPG Pals Club. Hi, I'm Luke, your game master. You've been listening to RPG Pals Club at rpgpals.club. But yeah, we're available everywhere. If you enjoy this podcast, please let us know. Also, we have a Discord, we have a Twitter, leave reviews. We have a Patreon, but no one really uses that, which, you know, it is fine. But yeah, we also all have some other projects. I'm personally on Twitter at Koltreg, that's KOLTREG. And if you're looking for a new show to listen to, I am the producer of the new podcast Tales from the Outlands, which is a podcast about a D&D campaign I'm in with 17 other players, plus our Dungeon Master. So it's the Dungeon Master, one of the other players, and then me as the producer, in a much more reserved personality, talking about this wild campaign we're in.
And I've been Eric, aka Rhythm Bastard. You can find everything I do on my website, rhythmbastard.rocks. You can also give me money by getting my music at rhythmbastard.bandcamp.com and get my new music as I release it at patreon.com/rhythmbastard. By the time you're listening to this, I have a game that I did music for called Retromania Wrestling, available February 26th.
I'm Gina Dazer. You can find me online at Twitter, if you still use it, because it's full of interesting things every day, at Adaser, Adaser. Or if you want to see some of the arts I'm working on, I have Patreon at Gene_Adaser. And, you know, just be good to each other. Watch some episodes of Shinya Shokudo, the Japanese version. It's very good. The ones on Netflix are not the first 3 seasons, so it's worth it to look it up. It's just wholesome, good, slow experiences content. It's just nice.
I'm Sam. You can find me on Twitter at Frunding_Loom. You can also hear me on the Established Property Playhouse as Lem. We are doing a Pokemon Fun Time campaign with our Game Master Luke and our resident Crocodile Madison.
Hi, I've been Sahoni, also known as Gar Atkins, but you can find me on Twitter at Sahoni_stuff. That's SAHONI_stuff, where I work as a game designer and podcaster. You can catch me on my other podcast, Barking Points Memo, which is a current events comedy podcast where we look at the news and then we yell about it, but hopefully in a funny way. You can also catch up with the progress of my almost completely done book, Exceptionals, which is an RPG inspired by X-Men about the spaces and communities that marginalized people made for themselves. And I'm basically just in the art phase right now, so I'm doing a lot of art streams lately. Would be fun to hang out and talk with y'all.
Hi, my name's Madison Rowan. You can find me on Twitter at Quipserikuru. Everything I do will be linked over there. You can also hear me on Luke's other podcast, the Established Property Podcast, as you heard before. I play Kaz, and you can also hear me on a podcast I do with my brother called Let's Make Something, a podcast about making stories from randomly generated words.
I'm Jen Overstreet. You can listen to the Marvel RPG podcast that Luke and I made over at exiledpodcast.com. I'm sort of taking a break from Twitter, but I'm on the internet at Street Over Jen. I might post some knitting on Instagram.